All right, hello and welcome to the summer school ACT prep course. My name is Mr. Dale. I'm going to be your teacher for the course. So I just wanted to take this time to go over the syllabus for the course. This will be posted on Schoology, so you have reference to this at any time that you might need over the course of the summer. So let's just dive right into the syllabus here. So the course rationale is as follows. The ACT Prep course is designed to help the college-bound students, such as yourself, improve your knowledge and skills in the four ACT subtests, the English, Math, Reading, and Science, so that hopefully you can increase your overall ACT composite score. Expectations for the course, how many hours should you plan to put in on the course? I would say, anywhere from 12 to 15 hours a week is what I would recommend. Now, that time spent is going to vary depending on prior knowledge of certain skills and concepts. If you're a really, really strong math student and you already know a lot of the skills that are going to be covered in the math portion of the course, then you might be able to move quicker through things. If there are certain areas that you struggle with. If you struggle with, grammar, punctuation, things like that, the English course might take you a little bit more time. So it is going to vary from person to person. So this is a rough estimate, but I do think 12 to 15 hours a week is a good estimate of time in order for you to make sure that you're meeting all due dates and you get through the course on time. Contact information: I'm going to check emails and Microsoft Team messages during my office hours Monday through Friday, but I will not be checking emails over the weekend. Email is a good way to get a hold of me. Microsoft Teams is actually maybe even a better way to get a hold of me because it's more of an instant message feature, so I can maybe respond to you a little bit more quickly. But I will be checking my emails, and I will try to get back to you within 24 hours of your initial email. But that excludes the weekend. So if you email me, after 2 or 3 o'clock on a Friday, I probably won't get back to you until Monday. But Monday through Friday, I'm going to make myself as available as possible. So please email me or contact me on Teams with any questions or concerns that you might have. To access the course on Edgenuity, what you're going to do is you're going to log into the Park Hill application portal. This is where you're going to see your apps like Schoology, Infinite Campus, your Outlook, and all those things. And then you're going to click on Edgenuity. It looks like that right here. You're going to be prompted to log in. You're going to use your Park Hill username and password to log in. And then you're going to see 4 different courses: the English, Math, Reading, and Science. And you're going to start with the English, and you're going to dive right in and get to work. So that is how you access the course. Most of the course is going to be done all on Edgenuity. The only exception will be the final exam for the course, and we'll get into that in just a second. So the course is really divided into 3 key components. There are pre-tests, there are lessons and quizzes, and then there are post-tests. So I just want to talk to you about what each one of those things means for the course. Let's start with the pre-test. So at the beginning of each subject, the English, the Math, the Reading, the Science, whatever, you're going to complete a pre-test. It's really important that you do your absolute best on that pretest, that you take your time, you really try to answer as many questions as accurately as you possibly can, because the work that follows the pretest is what Edgenuity believes you need to improve on to better understand the content. So if you do really, really well on a pretest, the work that follows is not going to be a lot because you're demonstrating that you already have a strong knowledge of this subject. So for example, if you do really, really well on the math pretest and you know your geometry and your algebra, then you're not going to have a lot to do, if anything, in the math unit. So to minimize the amount of work that you have to do, these pretests are really important because we really want to get an accurate picture of what you still need to work on to do better on the ACT. Once you complete a pretest, it is graded for points, but it's graded on completion. So you are automatically going to get 100% on the pretest when you complete it. Okay, so go in there, do your absolute best, take your time, answer as many questions as accurately as you possibly can, so that way you minimize the work that follows. The next thing that you need to do after the pretest is going to be the lessons and quizzes. So once Edgenuity identifies the skills and the concepts that you still need to work on, it's going to give you a set of lessons and quizzes that you need to do. All lessons and quizzes have to be completed before you can move on to the post-test. Um, like I said, if you pass your pre-test, you're going to get an automatic 100% on all lessons and quizzes, and lessons and quizzes will be graded on completion. Okay, so as long as you do them and you complete them on time, which we're going to get into that in just a second, you will get 100%. So throughout the course, there are checkpoints that you have to meet. So the course, your progress through the course is measured in percentage. So you can kind of see this graphic right here, kind of demonstrates where you are. So once you complete the course, it'll say 100%. But up until you complete the course, it's going to give you a percentage right here. So I've set predetermined checkpoints. So certain percentages that you have to have completed in order to get full credit for your lessons and quizzes. Okay. If you are not consistently meeting checkpoints and you're not communicating with me regarding why you're not meeting the checkpoints, I do reserve the right to drop you from the course. So if there is a reason why you're not meeting the checkpoints, please let me know. If there's something going on, if something's happened at home, if you are having, technology issues, please tell me. But if you're not completing the work and you're not telling me why you're not completing the work, you're going to get dropped from the course. Okay. I will take late work for full credit, but you have to notify me when the late work is completed. Okay. So it's your response. If you miss a due date, you need to make sure you email me and say, hey, Mr. Dale, I completed my English pretest. I know it's a day late, but can you go ahead and put in the grade? And I will give you full credit as long as it's completed and you email me. Okay. Um, each checkpoint is 50 points and it's graded as all or nothing. So if you meet the checkpoint, you get 50 points, no questions asked. If you don't meet the checkpoint, you get 0 points. So again, I will give you full credit for late work, but you just need to notify me once you have completed it. Okay, so once you're done with your pretest and you're done with your lessons and quizzes, then you will move on to the post-test. The post-test is just there to determine what you learned. Post tests are graded on accuracy. So again, it's really important that you take your time. You try to answer as many questions as accurately as you possibly can. But post tests are graded on accuracy. If you do really poorly on a post test and you want to take one more stab at it, email me and let me know, and I'm happy to give you one more attempt at a post test. Okay, and then as far as due dates, all work, with the exception of the final, all work is due by 11:59 p.m. on the assigned due date. The due dates are listed down here. We'll get into those in just a second. So all work is due by 11:59 p.m. on the assigned due date. The final exam is the only exception that's due by 3 o'clock on the assigned due date. Again, late work will be accepted for full credit if you communicate with me when the work is completed. All right, and then the final. So the final is graded on accuracy. So it's important that you do your absolute best on that final because it is graded on accuracy. It needs to be completed on or before July 2nd by 3 p.m. That is the last day of summer school. You can complete your final early. So if you're all done with the course by June 29th and you want to go ahead and take your final early, that is fine. But do not complete your final until you have completed all of the work for the course. The final, again, is graded on accuracy, and it is the only piece of the course that is not on Edgenuity. The final is on Schoology. So there's a link on Schoology for the final. It is not on Edgenuity. So just please make sure that you don't look for a final on Edgenuity because you won't find one. It is on Schoology. The grading scale, so the checkpoints for all pre-test lessons and quizzes, that is 60% of your grade. So 60% of your grade is completion. So as long as you do it, you're going to get 100%. The post-tests are worth 30% of your grade, and then the final is worth 10% of your grade. Grades are recorded on Infinite Campus, so I will update those regularly throughout the month. Don't refer to your grade in Edgenuity for updated information, like right here, like this overall grade says 90%. That is not an accurate grade. So don't look at Edgenuity for your grade. Make sure you check Infinite Campus for your grade. Okay. All right. And then here are all of the due dates listed right here. So you can see the English, the math, the reading, and the science. The math is definitely the longest. So that's why there are 4 checkpoints for the math. So make sure that you obviously give yourself enough time to do all of these tasks. I'm going to be honest with you. This course is going to move quickly. This is the same course that I taught last summer, but summer school last summer was about a week longer. So this is going to move pretty fast. So it's going to be really important that you stay on top of due dates and checkpoints and make sure that you are meeting all of these checkpoints. So spend time on the course. And if you have the ability to work ahead, it's not a bad idea to work ahead, to give yourself plenty of cushion, plenty of time to make sure that you can get all of these due dates. You can meet all of these due dates. Again, all of these for the English, the math, the reading, and the science, all of these due dates are 11:59 p.m. The final is the only thing that is due by 3 p.m. And again, it is on Schoology. It is not on Ingenuity. Okay, and then just last but not least, a few tips for the course. Number one, of course, stay on top of your work. It can be so easy to fall behind. And when you fall behind, it can be very, very hard to catch up. Okay, so again, you're going to notice the progress bar that indicates if you're on track to complete your work on time. Use that to help you stay on pace. If that progress bar starts falling behind and you get in the red, that means you are not on track to finish the course on time. So please make sure that you are looking at that progress bar and that you are always on pace or ahead of pace to finish the work on time. If you're struggling to understand content, Edgenuity does provide guided notes, so feel free to use those to help you understand content. They can be really helpful in making sure that you understand the key concepts that maybe are trickier for you to grasp. Um, Number three, try to get something out of the class. You are taking this class because you want to get better at the ACT. The district does not require this. Your high school does not require this for graduation. You're doing this because you want to get better. The only way that you are going to get better is if you put something into this course. If you try to cut corners and you try to maybe cheat the system a little bit, you're not really going to get a lot out of the class and you're not really going to see the benefits of improving your ACT score. So really try to get something out of the class. You're only going to get out of it what you are willing to put into it. My last tip for you is to go ahead and sign up for the July ACT. That test date is July 13th, which is immediately following the completion of this course. The course ends on July 2nd. 11 days later, there's an ACT. You've got all of this fresh content in your brain. Go ahead and sign up to take the ACT on July 13th. Go in and see how it goes. The sign up date for the July ACT is June 7th. So make sure that you get signed up by June 7th. Otherwise, you have to pay a late fee. But I do strongly recommend that once you complete the course, go take the ACT. See what happens. I do really think it could be a good use of your time. All right, that is pretty much it for the syllabus. If you have any questions, you can email me, contact me via Microsoft Teams. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. I'm really looking forward to working with you all over the next, 5.5, 6 weeks. And I'm here to help. So let me know what I can do to help you be successful in the course. All right. Best of luck to you. Have a great summer, and we'll be in touch. Talk soon. Bye.